Folks, now we do Metallica. So I will state for the record that I had 13 minutes already recorded of this video, but I was so all over the place and I hated it. So I scrapped it and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it with slightly, organized. This is Metallica Time. I did Testament and I did Sabbath. I did AC/DC's rankings. Did I? No, Slayer, I know that. Anyways, I'm going to state, before we get too deep into this, that I don't hate Metallica. I just dislike a lot of things that they've done over like the last 20 years. And I just feel that they need to do something that's going to really blow the doors off of the old guard. You know, the old guard that's always criticizing them, their every move. And I get that, because I do criticize their every move. And I get their fans like, ooh, they're one of the biggest bands, so they're going to do whatever they want. Correct. Who buys the fucking records? The fans do. I own every record except The Black, except Load, and except Reload. I'll never touch Lulu with a 10-foot pole. And I had them all at one point until a friend of mine picked them up off of me. So, let's get into what I think about Metallica. Now, you guys, if you've been paying attention to my videos, you've already seen that I shit all over the Blackened video from 2020. Listen, I'm not getting into that again. Personally, I think you guys made a massive mistake with that. It's just bad. Just bad. Be better. Let's get past that, shall we? 30 plus year career. I think it's like 35 now. No, 38. 38 years. Massive success. And I mean massive. Influenced more bands than any others. I mean, of course, there's Sabbath and Priest and Maiden and so on, but that's besides the point. One of the best rhythm players in metal. One of. Because he's not the best. One of the best. Lyrical genius. For the first several records. A drummer who, while isn't the best, he's good. He is more of a man behind the scenes and takes charge and does a lot of the band business, as it were. Which isn't a bad thing, because every band needs one of those kinds of guys to do that. A guitar player, a lead player that loves his wah pedal. Loves horror movies, which is cool. And a bass player who's probably the most laid-back dude I think I've ever seen in a band. Period. One of. So as I said, lyrical genius, up until a point. Crystallized as I lay here and rest. Eyes of glass stare directly at death. From deep sleep I have broken away. No one knows, no one hears what I say. All of that glory, and the way he executed that on Trapped Under Ice from Ride the Lightning in '84 to I Am the Table. Excuse me, sir? What the fuck are you trying to pull, pal? Get out of here with that shit. Some of the greatest lyrics some of the greatest lyrics have been written by this dude. And you give us I Am the Table. I don't care that it was on a Lou Reed record. Okay, because that's literally what Lulu was, is a Lou Reed record. Metallica wrote the riffs. James said that stupid sentence. I could have did without that. Now, one thing I will say, and I actually no, I'll get to that in a minute. I want to rank the Metallica records, and then I'll kind of touch base on a couple of them. Lulu, dead last. Shouldn't even be on there. Saint Anger. That should be higher if it didn't have the word Metallica on in the title. If they had played it off like it was some random record that, I was like, oh, it's a side project with James in it, that's cool, it wouldn't get half the shit that it does. Trust me, I know this. I mean, the main goal going into that was, make it sound like it's a band going into the garage for the first time ever. Except that band is Metallica. But that's the problem. It's because it's Metallica. Everybody has a perception of the record. The songs aren't that bad. The lyrics are actually semi-decent. The riffs are good. They're chunky and heavy as fuck. But you got Metallica on it. That's the biggest problem. Moving on, we have Death Magnetic after that. While there is some great stuff on there, there's like 3 tracks that I can say without a doubt that really pull me in and go, yeah, this is good stuff. The rest is just meh. Hardwired, even though they have Hardwired to Self-Destruct, the title track, and Spit Out the Bone on it. Black Album is after that. Load, that comes in at number 6. So I haven't titled these in the order that I say them in. You should be able to figure it out. So Load is number 6, but I'll go from number 5 up. The album cover, to be honest, the album covers for these two were just not that great. Honestly, they just weren't. Reload was a darker record, and it was heavier, and it actually helped me. That record actually meant more to me than any other of the ones from Reload up. So Reload at number 5 is a really, really dark record to me, and I absolutely love it. So that's why it's at number 5. Now, from there, And Justice for All at number 4. Kill 'Em All at number 3. Master of Puppets at number 2. Ride the Lightning at number 1. Now, Justice to me should be better. It should be higher. I probably would have actually put that number 2. Because of the re-release, I wanted, to be honest, I wanted the bass turned up, and we didn't get it. Which, c'est la vie, right? But Ride the Lightning, and especially Trapped Under Ice being the first Metallica song that I ever heard, and it's just the way James sings that second verse in Trapped Under Ice. You know, the crystallized as I lay here and rest, eyes of glass stare directly at death. From deep sleep I have broken away. No one knows, no one hears what I say. That pattern, and with his ferociousness that he's singing it at, is really, really killer. Really killer. So I don't hate the band, other than a lot of stupid stuff that I think that they've done, and this is all my opinion. So you can sit here and shred me in the comments all you want. I really don't care. You're not changing my mind on them. Personally, without making this too long, I think they need to give the old guard something to go nuts over. I think you should give us a whole record, an entire record, full of songs from Hardwired and spit out the bomb. Give us what every other metal band from back in the Bay Area is doing. I mean, Testament just put out friggin' Titans of Creation. It's a beast of a record. So why can't you guys give us that? Or are you too afraid to? That you're going to lose your, the majority of your fan base. Like, are you fearful that that's going to happen? I mean, I doubt it. Because everything that Metallica puts out is usually a number one selling record. Give it a shot, guys. What have you get to lose, to be honest? I don't think you have anything to lose. And you're certainly not going to lose fans. That's for damn sure. Because they're going to love it regardless. But I guess at the end of the day, I don't hate the band. I just personally think that a lot of the stuff that they've done over their years is here nor there. And that's the last 20 years. Prior to that, it was killer. And I'm going to leave it off with a hot take. They peaked live during that Seattle show in 1989. So sue me. They peaked. And to be honest, the S&M show was good. The Mexico show from that same box set was good. But yeah, man, like, where's that fire? Where's that energy? I don't get it. I mean, yeah, granted, they're older. They're in their 50s. But I think that's it. I really think that's it. I think the band really need to just give us something we can, enjoy. But that's not to say that when I do listen to Metallica, and it's not very often because I'm, rediscovering my love of a lot of older bands too. So a lot of it, a lot of the stuff I listen to, yes, while it will be from these four, mostly these three, because this really frustrated the hell out of me, being a bass player. These three are just, as far as I'm concerned, the pinnacle, and nothing will ever replace these in their catalog. Nothing. But, as Lars says, if we had made an Injustice Part 2, that would have been the sellout, I'm telling you. Well, Slayer made it okay, but that's besides the point. So, do I hate the band? No. Do I think they could give us Old Guard something a little tastier? Yeah. But at the end of the day, their success trumps what most of us Old Guard even say or think. And I mean, hey, if I had the chance after this COVID shit's done to see them live, I probably would. Why not? I mean, to be able to hear some of these tracks live would be awesome. So I don't hate them. They just frustrate the fucking hell out of me. And that's all for tonight, kids. Have a good night. Stay metal.